Death announcement. The death is announced of Gerene Bennett, née Nelson, aged 87 years, of Lot 647, Number 1 Road, Quarantine, Barbies, and formerly of Lower Quarantine Secondary School Street, Rose Halltown, Quarantine, who died on Friday, June 6. She was the daughter of the late Danielle and Olga Nelson, daughter-in-law of the late Robert and Eva known as Bob Bennett, wife of the late John Bennett, a former assistant superintendent of the Guyana Police Force and former regional security officer Guy Suku Barbies Estates, mother of Osline Campbell of Republic Bank Williamsburg Branch, Shellon Watkins of NIS Port Morant Office, and Vanessa Williams of Oakline Primary School, adopted mother of Belinda and Ezekiel Ramsamy, Nilaya and Maureen Papano, mother-in-law of Pastor Philip Campbell of Global Christian Network Ministry, Dexroy Watkins of DW Plumbing, and Eric Williams of Guy Suku, grandmother of Joel Campbell of Citizens Bank, Elion Campbell, student of the University of Guyana, Jaden Watkins of Guy Suku, Samuel Williams of Anamaya Hospital, and Gabrielle Williams of Republic Bank, adopted grandmother of David and Deborah Papano, Stephen, Andrew, and Nathan Ramsamy, sister of Godwin Nelson, Iceni Nelson, Ronald Nelson, Pansy Moore, Sylvestus Nelson, and Elsie Nelson, all of the USA, Whitland Nelson, and Jacqueline Codrington of Guyana, and the late Joyce Dowers, Preston Nelson, and Waveney Leach, sister-in-law of Mary Nelson, Pamela Nelson, and Ann Nelson, all of the USA, Hyacinth Nelson, Donna Nelson of Guyana, and the late George Bennett, Vivian Dowers, and Wallace Leach, aunt of Pamela Nelson, Dennis Nelson, Gail Nelson, Camille Nelson, Camille Dowers, Godfrey Leach, and Onika James, all of Guyana, Althea Nelson, Anita Nelson Connor, Dr. Arita Nelson Kashmir, Lawrence Nelson, Sean Nelson, Patrick Nelson, Dr. Ashley Nelson, Amanda Moore Fingal, Shanika Moore Clark, Omadel Nelson, and Andrew Nelson, all of the USA, Chariot Small Thompson of the UK, Anthony Small of St. Lucia, and the late Dion Bennett, great aunt of Janae Hope Asante of the UK, Antia Dowers, Melissa Prince, Danessa James, Janelle Nelson, Oatnell Leach, Rodman Small, Narissa Mentor, all of Guyana, Olinda Liverpool, Natasha Reed, Dijon Cruikshank, Rochelle Cashmere, Deja Nelson, Penelope Nelson, Harper Nelson, Elijah Middleton, Zoe Clark, Brooklyn Bowser, and Dylan Nelson of the USA, niece of Elaine Fortune of the USA, Sheila Semple of Canada, and the late Jasper Leach, Wallace Leach, Hermina Yearwood, Arnold Nelson, Admiral Smith, Edith Stevens, and Nana Wilberg, niece-in-law of the late Julia Hughes, Percy Bennett, and Clary Moses, and others, cousin of Dr. Lyndon Leach, Bernard Leach, Kenneth Smith, Lucille Smith, Marilyn Moore, Lorraine Ridley, Houston Stevens, Loris Fortune, Burl Shroom of the USA, Vibert Fortune, Lorna Nelson, Faye Semple, Wycliffe Semple, Ernestine Wilberg, Esther Welcome of Guyana, the late Professor Elroy Leach, Hubert Nelson, Barbara Thomas, and others, relative of the Leaches, Nelsons, Wilbergs, Grumbles, Gambles, Seymours, Lewises, Fortunes, Semples, Stevens, Smiths, and others, friend of Yvonne Virasamy, Nolene Court, Pastor Vernon D'Oliveira, Sister Vera D'Oliveira, Patsy Hargobin, and others, former neighbor of Pastor Kashwar Ramnath, Esther Balgobin, Auntie Jane, Brother Johnny Sahadio, Eva Danrad, Lionel Danrad, and Naomi Balkaran Sami. The body of the late Gerene Bennett, née Nelson, will leave Passad's funeral home on Wednesday, June 18 for the Canaan Full Gospel Church, Port Morant, for viewing at 12 hours and funeral service at 13 hours. Thence to the Rosehall Town Cemetery for interment. A night of reflections and wake will be held on Monday, June 16 at her daughter Shalon's residence, Lot 647, number 1 Road, Quarantine Barbies, at 18 hours. DTV8 extends sympathy to the relatives and friends of the departed.